In this video, we're going to have a look at liquid volumes and in terms of measurement and capacity. This is more a topic about how to read a scale properly. So we've got three questions here. It says, some coloured water had been added to the measuring jars below. How much water is needed to fill each jar? So the big thing here that we need to identify is what does each little line represent? So if we have a look here, my advice is to look for two values. So here we've got 10 and here we've got 20. And my advice is to count how many lines there are between 10 and 20. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the difference between these two values is 10, and there are 10 lines. That means that each line must be 1. So therefore my scale in this problem must go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay, so we want to figure out, what is it asking? It's asking how much water is needed to fill the jar. So we are currently at 10 and we want to get all the way up to 50. So how much water do we need? We would need 50 subtract 10, that's going to become 40, and it's going to be millilitres required. Next one. Okay, so here we need to have a look at the scale. It's a different scale this time. So let's have a look at two values that we know. We know this 200 and we know this 400. Let's see how many different steps there are in between. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So to get from 200 to 400, there are 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 steps between 400 and 200. So what we need to do, and hopefully you can see that clearly, the difference between these is 200. So we've got 200 and we've got 4 steps. So see if we do 200 divided by 4, that will tell us what each step must be. Therefore, this must be 250, then 300, then 350, then 400, and so on. And a good way to check is just to check further down. Just check, does that make sense? 50, 100, 150, 200. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so we need to figure out the scale. Once we've got the scale, we should be able to go a wee bit further now. So we are here. So what number is that? That's going to have to be 650. So that number there is 700. We want to figure out how much do we need to get to 1,000. Okay, so you'll be able to do this mentally, or you could do the calculation, do it a bit bigger. Use that one. We'll do 1,000, subtract 700, which will give us 300 millilitres. 300 millilitres is what is required. Another way to say 300 millilitres is 0.3 litres. Okay, last one. Okay, so here we have to look at the scale again, see what we're going up in. So between 20 and 30, so between these two, they are 10 apart. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're 10 apart, there's 10 lines. That means that each of them each line must represent 1. So what are we on at the moment? So there's 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So we're currently on 36. So here is 36. I'll just make that a bit thinner. There we go. We're currently on 36. And we want to figure out how much do we need to get up to 50. So we can do 50, subtract 36, which is 14 millilitres, which are required. So my advice for these problems is figure out the scale, figure out what we're going up or down in. I just lost my page there. Figure out what we're going up or down in, and then once you've done that, you can just count on, or you might need to do a subtraction to find out how much more you need to fill. Thank you very much.